this thing. If I don't know how this is going to go, we'll figure it out.
Just fly at the seat of our paint.
Yep. We're back. It's the Height Differential. That's the 6'6" Neil. I'm the 4'10" Nick. We're going to do this on a Sunday. We didn't have to suffer through another agonizing Bengals loss. So we're ready to come here and talk to you about all the football action this weekend.
We're in a better mood today. We're cheery.
I'm not going to lie. I look forward to not having to watch the Bengals today.
Me too. I mean, it wasn't like we were going to be able to watch them anyways. Both of us have jobs to do, and we were working a women's basketball game. Coach Jeff Walls gets the home opening victory today, so we wouldn't have been able to watch it anyway. But it was good that I didn't have to pay any attention.
Absolutely. And the sad thing is, I probably wouldn't have worked if the Bengals were playing, because I would have put myself through the agony and chose not to work. But we were both there. As you said, the Cards pulled away late, and Taj Roberts really played well late and helped them get a opening dub at the KFC Yum Center. So, but we'll kind of focus on NFL college football for the weekend. A lot of good action. I guess we've kind of become, I feel like, a show for the Indiana Hoosiers football program. So you want to start there?
Yeah. I mean, it was by far clearly the best game of the weekend. You know, going into it, you wouldn't have expected to say that. Indiana went in as a 13.5-point favorite on the road at Penn State. You know, Penn State's struggling. They lost 5 straight. So, you know, their season fired. Obviously, they fired James Franklin a couple weeks ago. So they were struggling, and Indiana's just been, you know, beating everybody pretty good. So going into it, you weren't expecting it to be much of a game, but it turned out to be the game of the day.
Yeah, it looked like, I mean, Indiana really, they never busted it open like they have, but they were in control for most of the game. And then Penn State had 2 big runs to give them the lead late.
No, yeah, I mean, they were on cruise control. I mean, it was 20-7 midway through the third. Penn State kicked that field goal. They ended up scoring another touchdown. Mendoza threw a pretty bad pick, which then ended up leading to another Penn State touchdown. And you're right, they took that lead late. Things looked a little bleak for the Hoosiers. Had to put together a 1-minute touchdown drive with no timeouts. And they call him Heisman Mendoza for a reason, because he was Heisman-esque on that last drive when he needed to be. Was not his greatest overall game. You know, his stats weren't eye-popping by any means. I think he threw for 218 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. So not his greatest game, but when they needed him to be good, he was great.
Yeah, Mendoza entered that drive with 131 yards passing and a pick. Hadn't thrown a touchdown yet. And on that drive, he threw for 87 yards and a tutty. So most of the yards for that game was on that game-winning drive. You talked about how they went 91 yards, but they also went backwards on the first play.
Yeah.
And had to convert a 2nd and 17.
Yeah.
To kind of really get that drive going. That got Mendoza's confidence up a little bit. And it all came, they got the ball inside the 10, and then the touchdown pass to Omar Cooper Jr., which is a pass and a catch that we'll be talking about for a long time.
I mean, it's one of the greatest catches I think you'll see. The fact
Did he get 2 in?
I think he got 1 in.
I think he might have almost got 2 in.
It was close. I think that 1 foot was hovering over the out of bounds line, and it never actually touched until he got that second foot down. I mean, the body control just to get the foot down. The referee was right on top of it, nailed the call. I mean, it was an incredible catch. And then before that, Charlie Becker had the catch to set him up inside the 10, and that was a great catch. I mean, Charlie Becker out of nowhere, 7 catches, 118 yards. You know, coming into the game, he was, you know, not one of the top options on offense, but I mean, he came out of nowhere yesterday and had a great game. Yeah,
and you know, Cignetti, you know, after games, a lot of times he has that confidence and that cockiness a little bit. He was kind of amazed of the fact that you could tell that he was impressed that they were able to kind of take those punches and figure out a way to win that game late. He was kind of emotional a little bit.
How about his answer to the reporter question of, IU's never won here at Penn State. You know, what's it going to take to get the first win or something like that? Did you hear his answer? This team has never played here.
He's right.
Awesome. Yeah, well, he's right.
He's right. And
I love his answers.
Yeah, 13 straight losses at Penn State. And I know Penn State is winless in the Big Ten and has obviously gone through changes with the coaching staff. But, I mean, you still have that weight on your shoulders right? Trying to get that big win uh, at Penn State, and they were able to do it. And no, I just look. The bottom line is survive and advance, remain undefeated. You're not out. Not every game is going to be 55-10, which has kind of been their MO, where most of those games have been like that. You're going to have games like this where you have to figure out a way to win. And I think you're right. I think this kind of was a Heisman moment for Mendoza, who didn't have his greatest game, but was able to be great when they needed him late. And it's the first time that Indiana has had a game-winning touchdown pass in the final minute in the last 20 seasons. So we keep seeing more and more numbers from Indiana that we haven't seen before.
And thoughts and prayers to Gus Johnson, because I thought he about died on that call, on the touchdown call. I mean, Gus is one of the best in the business, but man, Gus
Yes,
cracked a couple times on that last one. But he's
he
a
did.
big Mendoza guy. He said, "Give him the Heisman," and I kind of agree with him. Give him the Heisman.
I mean, yeah. Um, but and you know, Ohio State rolled against a Purdue team that's not very good. Jeremiah Smith had another great game with 10 catches, 137 yards. So not much to really say on that one because Purdue is ever since Brahma's left has just not been very good. And I don't think they've. I think that their losing streak in the Big Ten is maybe stretched multiple seasons. So
Yeah, no, Purdue. Yeah, not much you can say about Purdue. They're just not very good as of right now. But
Oregon gets a game winning field goal from Atticus Sappington.
what a name!
Do,
What a
do we,
name!
I think this makes me want to go through and like just come up with some of the maybe we can do this on Wednesday. But when you've got a guy named Atticus Sappington, it makes me want to like come up with some of the best names in the history of sports.
Yeah, my personal favorite, I think, from recent memory was former Louisville cornerback Storm Duck was one of my personal favorites.
So maybe that's something we can do on Wednesday, do a little research, come up with some really good names. I haven't had time to do it because it's been a busy weekend, but I get a text from Carl. Were you on the thread too, where it's just
Yes.
Atticus dot Sappington
Yeah.
dot
Yes.
as he kicked the game winning field goal.
But, like,
That pass
does anything
go
scream Iowa football more than an 18-16 slugfest against two ranked teams? That's just
I mean,
Iowa football. That's just an
that's what
Iowa
they do.
football.
And to speak on that, the 18 points by Oregon is the fewest points in a win over a ranked team since 2000. So they were able to win a game playing Iowa style.
Yeah.
And Iowa, I mean, had a couple pass plays on that last drive where they took the lead and looked like they had converted 2 to put them up 3. But then, and they called it good on the field. But then they go to the replay, and it was pretty obvious that he caught it out of bounds, and they ended up overturning that, which was huge because now Atticus Sappington's game-winning field goal is a game-winning field goal
Yeah.
instead of a game-tying field goal. But one of the plays that really stuck out to me was that pass to Dante Moore to Malik Vincent on the sideline. I mean, just a perfect dart. Like the defender was right on top of him. And the only thing he didn't do is turn around and try to find the ball, but was really covered. But great throw by Dante Moore as Oregon figured out a way to win an ugly game against, like you said, an Iowa team that's just what they do.
That's what they do. Yeah.
And it was gross weather too.
Oh,
So
yeah.
add that on top of
Rain.
it.
Yeah, had the rain going. Yeah, that's true.
Bama, not a pretty game, but they figured out a way to win. They've won 13 of the last 15 against LSU. We definitely need to talk about the Vanderbilt game.
Yeah.
And you talk about a Heisman moment.
Yeah.
You were reading me Diego Pavia's numbers.
I mean, he was he was two incredible players playing two different positions almost. You know, passing, he was 25 of 33, 377 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And then, as a rusher, 18 carries, 112 yards, and another touchdown. Yeah, out of a quarterback, that's absolutely incredible. In a game, if you're Vandy, like this is a potential playoff saving game because you can't lose to Auburn and you go to overtime with them. Like, you can't lose to Auburn and your season's over if you lose this game. So they saved their season. Diego Pavia saving Vanderbilt football here in 2025.
Yeah, and a week after Auburn couldn't do anything against Kentucky. They go out and score 38 points, And Cam Coleman looks like he could be the best wide receiver in the country with some of the catches that he was making. Had 10 catches for 143 and a touchdown. They tried to find him on the when they needed it on fourth down and overtime and overthrew him in the end zone, and that's how they lost. But I mean, yeah, dude, you just look at Pavia's number. Yeah, it's two players. We're back in the Shohei. We're back in the Shohei
Still had
comment.
yeah.
Like running back and quarterback throwing for 377, rushing for 112, and was perfect in overtime. And no, I mean, I've got a number here on Vanderbilt. They're 8-2 for the first time since 1941.
Damn. The doors are for real.
They are, and I mean, I mean, we watched the UK Auburn game last week and didn't look
No,
like the same team.
no, did not look
They
like the same
go
team.
up and down the field and score 38 points. I don't, but Kentucky's defense might be a little better than Vandy's. I don't think it's that much better. But
Yeah, no.
um, A&M remains undefeated. They start off their season 9-0 for the first time since 1992. Cal comes into Louisville and gets records they were 18.5-point underdogs, record their largest underdog win since 1986. And then Virginia loses too. Two of the top teams in the ACC go down, and that ACC race is kind of wide open now.
Yeah, no, yep, Louisville, disappointing loss for Louisville. I mean, give Cal credit. I mean, that freshman quarterback, Jerron, I can't even begin to
JKS, just
yeah, we'll just
JKS.
call him JKS, yep, don't even know how to go there. So, I mean, 323 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, an incredible performance from that young man, and Jacob DeJesus, the wide receiver, 16 catches, 158 yards, and a touchdown. I mean, he was just giving Louisville fits all night. Disappointing. Hopefully they can bounce back. They still got some really tough games down the stretch here with Clemson coming to town Friday night, and then at SMU, and then the rivalry to end it. So plenty to still to play for if you're the Cards. Just got to bounce back and get past this one.
But you're right. I mean, dude, JKS looked unbelievable. And I mean, I didn't know much about him going into the game, to be honest with you.
I didn't either. No,
True freshman quarterback, made every throw that he had to make. And I mean, every throw right on target. Like he was really good
he was very, very
and,
good. Yeah.
and really poised. Yeah, I mean, obviously a disappointing loss for the Cards. Let's hope this doesn't affect the crowd too much because been looking forward to this Friday night game against Clemson for a long time. And I know Clemson's not the Clemson that we're used to seeing, but
Still
still
Clemson.
still Clemson, still Friday night game. So hoping
Yeah.
the atmosphere will be really
No,
good on Friday night.
it'll be a good time. It'll be good.
The game of the week was Texas Tech and BYU, and Texas Tech just kind of took care of business, went up 26-0, and yeah, really, everybody's looking forward to it, and it wasn't much to really watch.
No, yeah. I mean, you're right. Texas Tech took care of business. I mean, BYU, your guy, Bear, only 188 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 23 of 38. So not his greatest game. Texas Tech's defense just, came to play, held them to 7 points. And, I mean, it was an easy, like you said, it was supposed to be the game of the week, and it turned out to be a pretty good butt whoop.
And, Texas Tech is a team that we haven't talked much about on this show much, and they went out and spent a lot of money on that defense. And, we've seen teams that have spent a lot of money in NIL and it not really always lead to great results. This defense is really good.
Yes.
And it's led by Jacob Rodriguez, who the head coach Joe McGuire was really pushing him to be a Heisman Trophy candidate. And in the game yesterday, he kind of really put his name on the national stage with 14 tackles. He had a pick, he had a fumble recovery, and Patrick Mahomes is at the game, and he's putting out on social, get him to New York. So I admittedly didn't know much about this Texas Tech team until watching this game, and I mean I've heard a lot about their defense, and they held BYU to no points through 3 quarters, and really, I mean Brockmeyer was just under pressure the entire game and never was able to get in any kind of rhythm.
Yeah, Rodriguez, you mentioned Rodriguez. I mean, he's just outside the top 10, I think, in the nation in total tackles. But yesterday, like you said, 14 tackles, 1 for loss, a pick and a fumble. Like he was everywhere. He seems to be the leader of that defense. I don't know if we're putting him in the Heisman conversation, but I mean, when's the last time? What do you know? The last time we've had a defensive player in New York?
Actually, just going to New York,
Yeah, was Aiden Hutchinson in there?
I'm not even 100% sure.
It's not common. It's definitely not common. So
I mean, defensive players that have won it,
Charles Woodson is probably the last one that's won it.
yeah.
But just going to New York, it's not very common that they even go to New York.
No, but I mean, you gotta run a campaign to get them there, and
Yeah,
their head coach Patrick Mahomes is both doing that, and I mean, we all know who he is now, and this Texas Tech defense looks for real. I think there was a stat before that game. Whoever wins that game has like a 90% chance to make the playoff. So Texas Tech looking like in good shape to get to the playoff, and
yeah. No,
the
they're in the driver's seat in the Big 12.
yeah on Friday night we don't really need to get into the game. USC beats Northwestern 38-17. But one play that I wanted to talk about was the fake punt. Did you see the fake punt?
I had not. You have told me about it though, but I've not
So
seen it.
for like college football rosters are so big. You have multiple players with the same number, and this happens multiple times. It's not like just one guy has 80. Like multiple players have the same numbers, and most of the time, one of them's an offensive player and one of them's a defensive player. But like if you're working games and doing stats, sometimes that can make it confusing
Yeah,
because you're not 100. Are you sure that's who that was? And special teams, both offensive and defensive players are out there, so
true.
it really can be confusing. But they pulled a little trick on their roster as they listed Sam Heward, who had been wearing 7 all year. They changed his number to 80, and 80 is also the number of their punter, Sam Johnson.
Yeah.
So I believe it was the third quarter, they run the punt unit out there,
Mhm.
and it's number 80 back there to punt. And another thing with USC is they don't have their names on the back of their jerseys,
That's true.
which I don't really think that's going to make a difference because I don't think the coaching staff is going to look and be like,
I don't
oh,
know.
that says Heward. It doesn't say Johnson on the back of his jersey,
Yeah, I don't think it could make a difference.
potentially. I mean, it adds another element to it. But they run the punt unit out there, and 80's back to punt, which is normal. I mean, I think he's a little taller, but that's not something that you're really paying attention to.
The
And
only way that would be noticeable is if you and I were out there with the same number.
yeah, that's why this is called the height differential. Yes, we could not pull that.
No.
It would not work. But they converted a 4th and 6 by Heward. And dude, this guy's like a former 5-star recruit. And like this is like his shining moment in college football because he hasn't really lived up to the hype. He's played for Washington, for Cal Poly, and now for USC. But yeah, they
I
run a
mean,
fake punt on 4th and 6, and
I
their third string QBs back there instead of the punter
kudos
wearing number 80.
kudos to USC and the coaching staff for, thinking of this, being creative with this, and, using that to, like you said, the dual numbers to your advantage. I mean, good on them for thinking of something like this. But why are we allowing? Like, why do we allow
I
the
was going
same
to get into
numbers?
that.
It's just it doesn't make why it doesn't make sense because stuff like this happens. You could say it's by the book, but like let's do like what they do in horse racing. You got 2 players, you got 1 and 1A. You got 5 and 5A or 80 and 80A. Put the A on the jersey so you know who is who. But you should not have 2 number 80s out there for to try to purposely deceive the other team. Like it's not cheating, but it feels like cheating.
So, and look, they updated the roster. Like they could have caught it.
They could have.
But you have to you're going to thumb through that every
No,
game to make sure they're not changing stuff.
not for a
And,
punter.
and I mean, let's be honest. If I'm number 80A, that's kind of lame. Like, what's your number? 80A.
So
Like,
you're gonna go triple. So you want triple digit numbers?
I don't know. Like, there's more than 100 guys on these rosters are so
There is.
big.
Yeah, there is. So you either have to go triple digit numbers or you go with 80A, 80B.
We can start going letters.
We got this double Z out there, ZX, or like LP.
What's worse? Are you number X or would you rather be 80A?
Just be 80A.
But there's a lot of people out there saying that this should not be legal. It
Or
should
just
100% be a
or
penalty.
you just put it like like you said, it's an offensive player and a defensive player with the same name. So if you got two number 56s, number 56O, that's the offensive guy, 56D, that's the defensive guy, and you know who's who.
But how big are you putting this O or this D on their jersey?
I don't know, you just make it fit.
Like, are you just doing a little O, like little D next to it?
Maybe. Yeah, probably. I mean, like you make it fit. Yeah, it's a little bit smaller than the number, but at least some kind of identifier.
Are other teams gonna try to pull this now? Like, I'll give them credit, like, you thought of it. Nobody has thought of it.
No, I like I said, yeah, the credit. I mean, the absolute credit goes to them. But I mean, now other teams might still try to pull it because I mean, do you take a lesson from like? Do you take a lesson out of this if you're a coach and now all of a sudden you are thumbing through the roster to make sure that nobody's changed their number from the previous roster from the week before? Like, probably not. Like,
Well, the Northwestern coaching staff was like, "Yeah, it's on us. Like, that's never gonna happen again."
I mean, but maybe, yeah, maybe the other coaching staffs take a note from Northwestern's failures, but I don't know. I I just never thought this would the kind of thing would happen.
Yeah, another thing you could do is they could have different color numbers, maybe.
Oh, yeah,
So, like, instead of if you're wearing a white jersey and your number's red, maybe there's a black
black.
80 and there's a red 80.
Yeah,
There's that would be cooler.
I
Then
think
I don't
that's
have to
actually
be
probably yeah.
80A.
No, I think that's
Like,
probably
I'm
the
just
way to go.
this is all on the top of my head
That's probably the way it should go. You're right. Just change the color of the actual number.
because nobody's gonna get a chain that's 80A. Like, if you're getting a chain with your number on it, you're not gonna get an 80A chain.
Why not?
So, I mean, I don't want I want people to be proud of their numbers.
That's true. No, I think you're right. I think you do. Like you said, the different color of the number on the jersey is probably the way to go.
Yeah.
It's a good call.
I think it took a little time, but I think we might have solved
And
this.
if you're the NCAA, I wouldn't be surprised if they. I mean, if they look at this and they're like, "All right, this isn't really fair." I mean, it's fair, but it's not. Maybe they do like make that rule change of like, okay, we need to have a better way of identifying who's who.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, working games, you see that this is an issue because when you're recording tackles and stuff like that on special teams, you don't always know who it is, and you got to run over to the other team's SID that you're statting for and be like, "Hey, was this 80 or was it this 80?" And then they'll tell you. So, like, I've seen it on the stat end, which really it doesn't affect the game,
Yeah.
but now
And
it's affecting.
it is illegal. I know you cannot have the same number in the game at the same time. So if your offensive and defensive guy are both number 5, they can't be on a punt team at the same time. Otherwise, that is a penalty. So at least you have that. You don't have to worry.
Well, I mean, that would be really confusing having them both on the field at the same damn time.
I don't. Uh,
So I don't know. The Indiana just continue to find ways to win, and then Texas Tech to me are the stories of I guess, do we give Kentucky some credit for just putting it on Florida? I think Mark Stoops is 4-1 in the last 5 years against Florida when they hadn't beat them in like 40 years.
yeah, no,
So,
they took it to him
and
on Saturday. That's
like
for
we
sure.
talk about the Auburn Kentucky game where nobody could score, and then Auburn and Kentucky both go and put up 40
Yeah,
in the next week. It doesn't make
it
sense.
does
But
not make sense.
and then I guess kind of converting to the NFL, I guess we can start with the game was in Germany, right? The first ever game
Yeah,
in
Berlin.
Germany?
Yeah, it was in Berlin. Yep, first game.
And the Colts figure out a way to win late. Daniel Jones on a 3rd and 21 where they were down 3 rushes for 19 to get them to 4th and 2. They're able to convert that, kick a field goal to get it to OT, and then Jonathan Taylor, they were already in field goal range, but went ahead and took care of it and got into the end zone. 200 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns for Jonathan Taylor today.
He's a beast.
Only 4 players in the history of the NFL have 2 games of 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. We can do a quick little spur of the moment trivia.
This is
Can you
rushing.
get rushing? Yes. 200 rushing yards, 3
Yep.
TDs. Jonathan Taylor did that today for the 2nd time in his career. There's only 4 players that have done it 2 times.
Corey Dillon.
Can you name the other 3? Not Corey Dillon.
Who was that running back from the Jamal Lewis?
No.
Chris
You will
Johnson?
no, you gotta get one of these. These are all just Hall of Famers.
All right. Bo Jackson,
No,
Barry Sanders,
no,
Walter Payton.
no. I was gonna give you 3 strikes, but I think this is kinda funny. 3 more guesses, rapid fire, go. Just name great running backs.
Emmitt
You don't know
Smith.
anymore?
Emmitt Smith has to be on the list.
No, no.
Oh, God.
1 is active. 1 is active, the other 2 are not.
Derrick Henry?
Yes,
Oh. And how many more? 1 more or 2 more?
2 more.
Both Hall of Famers.
Yep.
Jim Brown?
Yep,
Okay. Getting better now.
we're getting there. 1 more. You want me to give it to
LaDainian
you or you wanna get it?
Tomlinson.
Nope. This is not good radio, you're just sitting there thinking.
I don't know. Give me the last one.
Adrian Peterson.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, and you talk about another guy, Jonathan. I mean, we've talked all about Daniel Jones because this all came out of nowhere pretty much this year, but Jonathan Taylor maybe needs to be in the MVP conversation.
I think he is the MVP as of right now.
Is he?
I mean, I think so. I mean, he's playing back to his Jonathan Taylor standards. Like, when he's healthy, he's the best running back in the league. But he's got the Colts sitting there. What are they now? 7-2, 8-2? What are we here? 8-2 in first place on the way to the playoffs. I mean, he's got to be. To me, I think he's the MVP.
Yep. And Sauce's first game as a Colt, jumped a route, looked like he was gonna take it to the house, off his hands.
Maybe he had a little too much sauce on his fingers.
I think he only like you talked last week about how he's kind of regressed a little bit. He's still only in his 4th year,
Yeah.
but I think he only has 3 or 4 picks in his career. Like he doesn't have the best hands. He's just
Got some
he's a
sauce
good
on the
corner.
fingers. He's got the
He's a good corner.
Got a little Buffalo Wild Wings garlic parm sauce on his fingers.
Yeah.
Butter. Maybe got some butter on the fingers.
The Pats and the Bucks, which I thought was going to be one of the better games of the day, and it turned out to be that. One of our favorite things is when you get the advantage. And what we call the advantage is when you defer in the first half, so you get the advantage of having the ball to start the second half. And you love the double. The double is when you score within the last minute of the first half.
That's
Get
what
the
makes
ball.
it. That's what makes it an advantage.
Heck yeah.
That's why it's called the advantage.
And it is an advantage. It's 100% an advantage. You could be down 14 points,
Yeah.
score with 30 seconds to go, get
Yes.
the ball, score, and you're tied. And
Yes.
your defense didn't have to do anything. That's why it is
It's
the advantage.
Correct.
New England got the ball inside the 10 with 3 seconds left at the end of the first half. They go for it instead of kicking the field goal. Drake May finds Diggs in the corner of the end zone, toe taps. Now they lead 14-10. Get the ball to start the second half. Travion Henderson to the house. Just like that. You were down 14-7. Just like that. Now it's 21-10.
You were down 10-7. You said 14.
You were down 10-7. Yeah. Just like that. Math's hard, dude. It's been a long day.
I know. But no, they pulled off the advantage. They pulled off, like the double. That's what you're supposed to do.
Travion Henderson, I think, was the first rookie to have 2 50-plus yard touchdowns in a game. The Patriots are real.
They are very real. Yeah.
I mean, you know how I am on the Bucks, and they didn't go away. They still had a chance late, but no.
Patriots.
Good on
Patriots are the surprise. I think
Vrabel.
they're the surprise of the NFL so far this season.
Yeah. I think it's probably a year earlier than maybe a lot of people thought too.
Yeah.
What in the world was the Dolphins and the Bills game?
What are the Dolphins all of a sudden? What are they doing?
Well, they were terrible last week.
Yeah, but the week before they put up 34 on the Falcons and won 34-10 on the road in Atlanta. And then, they come out again. They were bad last week. They only put up 6 against the Ravens, but put up 30 on Buffalo and to beat them 30-13.
When the weather's nice, who throws a good ball?
I mean, once Tyreek went out, the locker room seemed to be a mess. Mike McDaniel doesn't know if he's going to have a job the next day. The owners won't walk 2 feet off his own airplane. And all of a sudden, they got a little fight in them all of a sudden.
Yeah. and they're in the locker room post game and the laundry baskets, the big laundry baskets with wheels on them. There's 3 of them. They're all in them, pushing them around, having a good old time in the locker room.
I
But
mean, yeah.
I mean, dude, Josh Allen had a pick and a lost fumble, just did not look comfortable. Threw a pick in the end zone. I mean, we keep putting the Bills towards the top of our rankings. I mean, does and we won't do this today. We'll do it on Wednesday. But how much you gonna penalize the Bills after this one? Now they've lost sloppy games to the Falcons
Yep.
and the Dolphins.
Yep.
The loss against the Pats doesn't look as bad as it
Nope.
did when it happened.
That's correct.
But so the
Also, yeah,
Ravens, I think, do
we do
what?
have some company in the NFL. The Bengals have some company as they are not the only team to lose to the New York Jets. The Jets are on a 2-game winning streak after losing their first, 6, 7?
Yeah.
Justin Field, I mean, they put up some decent number, 27 points today.
Well, it wasn't because of Justin Fields.
No, they got a kick return and a
Justin
punt.
Fields was 6 of 11 for 54 yards,
I mean, they did have a
and they
kickoff
won.
return and a punt return. So, yes, it was not because of Justin Fields, but as a team, they played, I guess, well enough.
I mean, we made Justin Fields look like he was once again playing for Ohio State
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, and then he goes for 50-something yards
They
today.
only let him throw the ball 11 times. They ran
Yeah.
it 33 times, only threw it 11, so they basically took it out of his hands.
Yeah, they didn't need to. But,
Yeah.
sticking in the AFC North, the Ravens, have now won 3 straight.
They're gonna win the Super Bowl, aren't they?
They're not gonna win the Super Bowl, but their defense was as much as their problem as it was obviously Lamar being out. He wasn't out for all 6 of those games to start 1 and 5, but in those first 6 games, they allowed 32 points per game. We talked about how bad the AFC North defenses were,
Yeah.
and they had 3 takeaways in the first 6 games. In their 3-game winning streak, they have allowed 14 points per game and have 7 takeaways. So, maybe we shouldn't have done the little segment on how bad AFC North defenses are, because since we've done that, the Ravens defense has kinda looked more like what we're accustomed to seeing.
Yeah, and then the Steelers' defense last week forced 6 turnovers against the Colts. So, both those defenses have seemed to figure it out, and speaking of Steelers' defense, they're playing right now in a baseball score out in LA, 5-3. Chargers up on the Steelers with 7.5 left to play in the second. So, looks like their defense has also figured it out a little bit since we talked about it.
Well, I don't know if you know this, the Bengals have not allowed a touchdown today.
About that.
So,
Or a
maybe their
yard.
defense is figuring it out too.
Yeah, they're all sitting at home right now on their couches.
Have you seen the AI where they're all working at Skyline?
No, but they should all end up there.
Just the whole defense. Just talking about how they're so much better at making chili dogs than they are
They'd
stopping
probably
opposing off.
probably drop the food on the floor.
Yeah,
But
it's another missed tackle.
how about the New Orleans? Can we talk about the New Orleans Saints and our guy Tyler Shuck today?
Yeah, tell me about it.
Tyler Shuck gets his first NFL win as an NFL starter, 19 of 27, 282 yards and 2 touchdowns. Pretty good numbers. Saints get their second win of the season, beat the Panthers 17-7 on the road to improve to 2-8. But Tyler Shuck, first win, played well. Like I said, 282 yards, 2 touchdowns, had two bombs, one to Chris Olave for a touchdown. And who else did he have? Juwan Johnson had a long one as well in that game on a completion.
Yeah.
So good for our guy.
And a week after beating the Packers, the Panthers lose to the Saints. Like, explain to me the NFL.
You can't. Like I've said this all year. Like I don't know who's good. Like the Bills aren't good. Clearly, I mean, are the Patriots the best team now in the league? When we do our draft this week, or
No,
who we put? Like we're not putting the
you went.
Buccaneers up there. The Bills have slid.
I'll tell you.
Chiefs
Who's
are
good.
losing.
You want me to tell you who's good? The Rams.
Seahawks. I'm
The
sticking with the
Seahawks and the Rams are both good, and they're both in the same division. The Rams they've won 4 straight, all by 14 or more points. And Matt Stafford, the first player in NFL history with 3 straight games of 4 TDs, no picks.
Yeah, they are good. You're right. 42 points. I mean, Seahawks put up 44 today.
And that's 2 straight just standout performances by the Seahawks too.
See what all Sam Darnold did today. Not his greatest game. Only threw a ball 12 times, 10 of 12, 178 yards for Sam Darnold, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 198 yards on the ground, 46 carries in
Well,
the game for
Neil,
the Seahawks.
it was 38-7 at halftime. Wasn't really a lot of reasons to throw the football there in the second half.
Well, if you got yeah, I mean, yeah, unless you're a Sam Darnold fantasy owner, there's reasons.
Well, dude, I don't wanna get into a big fan, but I forgot to update my dang teams. Like, 2 of my teams, I'm like, "What are you doing?" Like, my teams are already terrible. Like, I never do that. I don't understand, like,
He's gonna be
I
writing a
don't
10 you're about to be writing a 10-page paper on
dude
the Fast and Furious franchise?
dude, the Hooties are really bad. They're really bad, and all 3 of my teams are really bad, and I'm used to, like, winning leagues or being competitive. Joe getting hurt in week 2 just really put a damper on my season, and we have not been able to get out of that funk.
So the
So,
Who Dees and the Who Days, both terrible
the
franchise.
Hooties, the Coffin Nails, and Squeeze Play, all 3 are close, if they're not in the basement, close to it,
Yikes.
and the Hooties will not be defending their crown. The belt it's in my house right now, but I'll be giving it to somebody else, unfortunately. I guess the Texans' second largest comeback in their franchise history, and the Jags' biggest blown lead ever. What, they came back from 19 down?
Yeah, they were down 19 going to the fourth quarter and got outscored 26-0 in the fourth. I mean, the last touchdown was just a last play of the game. Trevor Lawrence fumble into the hands of big Sheldon Rankins, who ran it back for a touchdown to end the game. So it's kind of an insignificant touchdown, but 26-0 in the fourth quarter. The Texans won. And if you're the Jaguars and Liam Cohen, like you're sitting there, you're 5-3 in the thick of the playoff race. You think you're about to go to 6-3, which would put you in a real good spot. And all of a sudden now you're 5-4 and then you're falling apart.
Yeah, I mean, but they've done the opposite of what the Ravens have done, and
Yeah.
now they're basically a game separates them 2. I don't know, but it's good for Sheldon Rankins to do something
Yeah.
because he didn't do much last year in stripes.
What did he end up like? He was out with
They
an
never
illness. What did he have? COVID or
they never
something?
really they never really said, and we don't really need to get into that, but a wasted year, but just a bad contract to begin with. Like,
Yeah.
you lose a run stuffer and you go sign a a quarterback rushing
Well, it's because he sacked
tackle.
Joe.
Yeah,
It's because he sacked Joe
yeah.
Burrow 2 times in a game the year before. And
No,
they're like,
100,
"Oh,
and
if
that's
you
why
can
they
do
got.
that, we want that guy."
I mean,
And
why do you think Geno Stone's in stripes?
because he had the 2 picks against Joe
100, I
Burrow
mean,
that one game
when
too.
you got a limited scouting staff, "Oh, they were good against us, let's go get them."
Oh, what a philosophy for a franchise.
And it actually plays a role, sadly. It's actually true.
Yeah, it is.
Are the Lions back to being one of the better teams after just dismantling a Commanders team, which
I
is
mean,
not very good?
they put up 44. Gibbs had a couple touchdowns. I mean, they look like the normal Lions after whatever that was last week against the Minnesota Vikings. So they look like the normal Lions again. So maybe they're back on track. I don't know. This league's just a week by week thing, it seems like.
What is Daron Payne doing? Just, like, unleashing, like, a full out just punch into Amon-Ra St. Brown's helmet.
Is it not
Like,
one of
why
the
how stupid are you to punch a helmet?
That's one of the dumbest things in sports is when football players decide that they're going to fight each other when they all have battle gear on. You got head to toe in pads and helmets and like anything that you're going to try to throw and or land a punch on anywhere on their body is going to end up hurting you more than it's going to hurt them. Like
Yeah,
they're
and you're gonna
wearing
get
gear,
tossed.
like they're wearing gear that's designed to protect them from running head on into somebody else on a collision, running full speed, and you're going to throw a punch and think that that's going to do something? Just stupid.
It's it I get it, like, adrenaline and making bad decisions and all that. I don't know what led to him wanting to throw the punch. It looked like they were talking a little bit, but yeah, you're gonna break your damn hand. Like, you're gonna break your hand. Like, at
Yeah,
least wrestle, try to take his helmet off, and then throw the punch. And plus, you're gonna break your hand and get tossed at the same time,
and maybe
and not
suspended,
hurt him, and
and
you're not gonna
probably
hurt him.
and you're probably gonna get suspended. So at least you have a week off now to recover and put some ice on that hand, get it feeling good for 2 weeks from now because you probably aren't playing next week.
It's just, uh, I mean, I guess it's not as bad as the spitting that we saw at the beginning of the year, but I don't know what's worse. So I think that kind of wraps up NFL. I think the Broncos on Thursday night. I
Ugh,
guess we need to kind of get into that, but
what a
how do they
ugly
just keep
like,
winning these ugly games?
you're
Like
right,
that game on Thursday night was
you've been all
awful.
over Bo Nix and saying that he's not for real, and he was very, very bad on Thursday.
He's not as good as he was last year,
No, he's not.
and I mean they're still what 8-2, 7-2,
8-2.
and should have won the Colts game.
I mean, to be fair, they probably should have the best record in the NFL, and they're winning these scoring 33 unanswered points in the fourth quarter against the Giants. Bizarre game and coming back from a couple touchdowns down at Philly. I don't know how they're doing it. They keep doing it, so good for them. But Thursday night's football game was that's bad
Brutal,
TV.
brutal. We've had a lot of those on Thursday night. They've been a little better this year, but remember last year, like how bad the Thursday night games were.
Yeah.
That one kind of fit the MO of what it was
The
last year. But
the Icy Hot Bowl was a good one, though.
I see how bowl. That was my last good memory of the Cincinnati Bengals.
But
Been all downhill since.
that was
It's
a
like,
good
"We saved the season. We saved the season. We're back." And then you give up. You
yeah.
score 100 points in 2 games.
That was
It's
an
like,
entertaining Thursday, one of the more entertaining Thursday night games we've had this year.
no, it was great. It was great. And today I was really glad that I didn't have to watch Cincinnati Bengals play football, which is just 3 weeks after that. So, it's November the 9th. You know who plays in 2 days?
Oh, let's see. November 9th. We just started college basketball season, but usually these early season games are, you know, kind of the good teams versus the bye games as we would call them, right? So probably some was like North Carolina playing like North Carolina A&T.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about was North Carolina A&T. Did you hear my phone drop? I just dropped my phone in the middle of the show. I don't know if you could hear that or not, but no,
Somebody
it
trying to
is
call you.
not North Carolina and North Carolina A&T AT&T. I did not wanna do a full segment on that preview. The
Let's
Cats and the Cards in the Dream Game on
Cats and Cards
November the 11th.
already.
Yeah, it's the earliest that this game has been played since the rivalry was renewed in 1983, and the previous earliest game was November the 26th, and that was in 1983. They've played as early as December 15th, December 12th, and last year it moved up to be December 14th. They've played as late as January 5th, but for the most part, this rivalry has taken place from around the 20th to New Year's. So the New Year's window.
Yeah.
Game 3,
Mm. It doesn't feel right.
like, we don't know these teams yet, and, like, it would be different if this was a game in the '80s or the '90s or the 2000s where you're primarily bringing a lot of the same guys back. But in this era, you're learning all these players on every team. Like, all these teams have so many new faces, and now we're getting this game where, look, I'm excited about it. It'll be fun, but it limits it a little bit, the fact that it's game 3 to me.
Yeah, I don't is it taking a little bit of I mean, it's gonna be a sellout crowd, 22,000 there on Tuesday night. I mean, has it taken a little bit of excitement out of the game? You know, when you have it around that mid to late December, at least at these family Thanksgivings, you get together with cousin Ed and, you know, Aunt Jean. You sit around and you argue cats and cards and who's gonna win coming up in a few weeks. But now, you know, it's already over by the time you see Aunt Jean and cousin Ed. So who's going to throw the mashed potatoes at one another when things get heated? Like it's already
No,
over.
no food fights over basketball games this year because of
It's
this.
a sad. It's sad. It's sad.
I I mean, I didn't love it when I found out about it. I don't love it now. It I mean, yeah, it'll be fun, but Like, I don't know enough about Kentucky to really know what the Cards need to do to win, and vice versa,
No,
because the season's so young,
and
and
both teams have some guys coming back off injury. Case in Pryor for Louisville, just came back, got his first action in a year coming off that torn ACL. Had his first action against Jackson State. Jaden Quaintance for Kentucky won't play. He's still recovering from an ACL. Lowe, their point guard, got hurt in practice, I think, a couple weeks ago. He just came back, so he's coming off an injury. I think he played his first couple minutes or his first minutes in their last game. So like some of these guys haven't got a chance to get fully healthy. These rosters won't be at full strength per se, but they're both top 11 teams in the country. It's still cats and cards. It's going to get heated. So
it's already got heated a little bit.
that's all.
Little bulletin board material.
Yeah, that's all. But that's what rivalries are. So
It
let's
is.
get it on. It's just glad. I'm just glad that both teams are in a spot to where this game is, back in the forefront of college basketball. Because for the last, couple years, when Louisville was struggling, I mean, it was almost a foregone conclusion of what the outcome was going to be. So
Well, even
looking
last
forward
year,
to
like,
Tuesday.
nobody really gave Louisville a chance in the game last year,
No, and the Cards played well and kept it. I mean, it was a close game.
and they had just lost Case and Pryor,
Yeah, yeah,
so they were adjusting, and the fact that they still were kinda hang around and make it close, but I don't know who the favorite is on Tuesday, but I would imagine it's pretty close.
let's see.
May
Did they put out a line yet?
I haven't seen it,
Let's see.
but, I mean,
No, no
either
line.
team can win this game, which
Yeah,
makes it fun, and that hasn't been the case several times over the last couple of years.
yeah.
So,
I think you
having
will.
having and look, I mean, not every UK fan is gonna say this, not every U of L fan is gonna say this, but it's good for the rivalry when both teams are close to the top 10.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's what makes the rivalry what it is. If they're both not ranked, though, it's not gonna get paid attention to nationally as much as it is on Tuesday when they're both, like you said, close to the top 10, so
I
but it's
mean,
before the football game too, like, it's just
it's
all of it is just weird.
it's very weird. It is. I mean, maybe it's a 1 year thing. I don't know. It's all up to TV, and with these conferences expanding the way that they have, you're playing more conference games, which means conference games are starting earlier. They're bleeding into December. So you're taking up a couple of those Saturdays in December with some conference opponents instead of what your regular non-conference would be. So, I mean, it's early for a reason. Even though we're not used to it, we might not like it, but we'll maybe I don't know. Maybe next year we can get back to the normal timing and people can get back to their Thanksgiving food fights over who's going to win cats and cards.
You gotta have that. You gotta have turkey in the face.
Little
You
pumpkin
gotta have
pie in the hair.
you gotta be stuffing the turkey and the dressing up grandpa's nose when he's cussing out the cards and vice versa.
Yeah, I mean, have to.
Oh, no, the place is gonna be popping on Tuesday, and it'll be a great environment. I mean, I guess we'll learn a lot about both teams on Tuesday night.
Yeah, I mean, beginning of the season, we had those exhibition games. Louisville versus Kansas, Kentucky versus Purdue, and Louisville struggled. They didn't shoot the ball well against Kansas, and everybody kind of maybe had a mild panic of like, "Uh-oh, like what's wrong with the Cards?" And the Cats go and they beat number 1 Purdue, and everybody thinks Kentucky's, the best team in the nation. And then the roles got reversed in the next one where Kentucky loses to Georgetown, and maybe their fans came back down to earth a little bit. So it's still, like you said, it's early. It's a lot of unknowns. I don't know what to expect on Tuesday. I think it'll be a great game, great atmosphere, and let's go Cards.
Well, we told everybody to kind of cool their jets on what they're seeing in the exhibitions,
We did.
right? Don't read too much into it one way or the other. And that wasn't something I wanted to see on the show tonight.
Sorry, had to plug in the laptop there.
Yeah, big old butt on the screen. Wasn't really looking forward to that one.
I got my red pants on.
You do have your red. I just saw them. Yeah, I know you have your red pants on. So we're biased. We believe that this rivalry is one of the best in not just college basketball, all of sports.
Yes.
Let's do a little draft.
Okay.
Best rivalries in all of sports. Team Tall, which is not me. Team tall is you.
Yeah.
Team small is me.
Yeah.
We'll draft, snake draft 4 rivalries each side and see who gets the better team. You
All
can
of
start.
sports, in all of
All of
sports.
sports, you're taller.
So I gotta go first? And we're including Louisville, Kentucky in this, or do we just
Yes, yes.
okay, okay. All of sports, I'm gonna go start. I'm gonna take the first pick with the Yankees Red Sox. I mean, both very, very passionate bases, both a history of winning titles. Red Sox more recently after they went into their long drought in 2004, whenever it was. Uh, I mean, Boston and New York, they hate each other. The people hate each other. The teams hate each other. We've seen multiple brawls on the field. We've got Pedro Martinez throwing down Don Zimmer, like Alex Rodriguez getting into it with whoever, with Jason Varitek. And so to me, I think that's probably the most heated, best rivalry in sports. One, because they're always pretty good. Their payrolls are astronomical, so they always have talent. You can always count on that being
And they play 40 million times and every
they
single
do
game's
play
on
40
ESPN
million.
Sunday Night Baseball. But it's the right answer. I think Lakers Celtics. I would go that second.
Even
And
currently,
then
you still think that that's even a
I
current
mean,
rivalry?
we're going all-time
I
rivalries.
guess. I mean, that's more.
I'm
Yeah.
going Lakers Celtics.
Okay.
And I guess I gotta go Duke, North Carolina.
Ooh. All right, I'm going Cats Cards. I think Cats Cards is probably the best rivalry in college sports. And you can say, oh, Michigan, Ohio State, and Duke, Carolina, but Michigan, Ohio State, you're two separate states. Like a lot of times, you're not mingling with each other. Cats Cards, you live in next to your next door neighbor. You get in arguments
Well,
with,
I mean, that's why I just said Duke, North Carolina,
but they play 3 times a year in most years. Like
and that takes away from it.
they play so much. It's like, oh, you just got us. Well, we're gonna get you back in 2 weeks. No, Cats Cards, you play 1 time a year, and you have bragging rights for 365 days. Except this year, it feels like it's 200 something days because we're playing so early. But you have bragging rights for an entire year. You play that. You look forward to that one day, that one game. Carolina, you're playing 3 times in February and March. Sometimes even in like the Final Four, it's 4 times. So Cats Cards, like you're living next door, you hate your neighbor because he's a Cats fan, or you hate your neighbor because he's a Cards fan. We had that incident in the dialysis clinic a couple years ago, where 2 people were getting dialysis together and they were on opposite sides of the rivalry and they got into a fist fight. So like that just doesn't happen. Like that's just not normal. This is not a normal rivalry. This is a big rivalry. To me, for those reasons, I think it's the best in college sports. So I'm taking that.
All right, you got one more.
Oh, it is a snake draft. With that being said, we'll go Michigan, Ohio State next because those two absolutely hate each other. Ohio State refuses to even acknowledge the letter M in any words that they say. They have a whole song about the state of Michigan that we don't want to sing on here. But it's just a heated rivalry. They're always good. Ohio State had the upper hand forever recently, and then Michigan comes and they've won like the last 4. So I'm going to go Michigan, Ohio State is that pick. My third pick.
Okay, so can I go Ali Frazier?
And do our listeners know much about Ali Frazier?
I mean, but as far as
Well, yes,
rivalries,
you
like their
can.
boxing rivalry,
It was
and
it was awesome.
right?
No, it was awesome. Yeah.
And like I think once you say the top 5, which we've done, I think it gets a little harder after that. I mean, because there's probably some soccer rivalries and some hockey rivalries that we're not as familiar with that probably rank up there. But with us being from the Ville, dude, and Ali, I'm gonna go Ali Frazier. I think it's one of the greatest sports rivalries of all time. And like I think it just gets a lot more difficult after that. Like you start thinking Auburn, Alabama, maybe.
Yeah.
Start thinking what the other rivalries in baseball, maybe the Dodgers and the Giants, but it's not really. Like, we're on the other side of the coast. Like we
Yeah.
don't really see that one as much.
Yeah.
Cowboys and the Giants. I just think it gets tougher after those top 5, and that's why I'm gonna go Ali and Frazier, and then I mean the Cowboys, like just because they're such a legendary team, like all their rivalries, right? With Washington, with the Giants, with the Eagles are which makes it hard to pick one of them. The Bears and the Packers, I think, for the history of the NFL, maybe
Yeah.
is so maybe that's what I'll go. I'll go Bears Packers, and Ollie Frazier,
Okay. I
but it
guess
does get tougher.
I mean, for my last pick, I guess since you didn't say it, is going to be Auburn, Alabama. I mean, they're in the same conference, so they play every year. They in football, though, and basketball is not much of. I mean, I don't know if they really care about basketball down in those states in Alabama, but we'll go Auburn versus Alabama. You got the guy, old Harvey Updike, who got mad that they put a Cam Newton jersey on Paul Bear Bryant's statue, and the man went absolute crazy and decided to go poison the trees at Toomer's Corner, in Auburn. So, like when you got fan bases doing stuff like that, you know it's a heated rivalry, and Alabama's controlled that rivalry for the most part in the last decade. So they had that one incredible game, that kick six return with Chris Davis back in 2013, which was one of the best games of
But
recent.
that just shows you how important it is teams being good
Yeah,
and not being a one-sided.
yeah, no,
Army Navy football. We left that one
ooh,
out.
that's it. That's in there. Yeah,
But I do. I think you got your first 5. I think it's pretty easy, but then it gets a little tougher after that.
yeah. Army Navy should definitely be on that list.
Tell
But
me about this dude in Florida.
oh, let's pull that up for you here. So yes, dude in Florida raises chickens. Let me find his name here. Pull him up for you.
Raises chickens.
Yeah, raises chickens.
Florida man raising chickens. It's gonna be good.
Let's find his name here for a second. There he is. The title of the article: A Florida man opened fire after a bar argument about how many eggs a chicken can lay. So let's pull this up here.
How many eggs can a chicken lay? Is there like a limited number?
The man's name is Peter Riera, Riera, 44 years old, and based on his mugshot, he looks like he's 65. Old looking dude. 44-year-old fired shots Tuesday morning outside of Harper's Pub, and police body cam have the footage. He raised his chickens and got into an argument with 3 people outside the pub who claims were trying to con him. I guess over the dispute was about how many eggs a chicken can lay. Like, we've seen why does all the weird stuff seem to happen in Florida?
This is why they call them Florida guys.
I mean, what's going on down there? But first of all, what are you doing with luck? We can talk about it because nobody got shot. And the 2 guys he did shoot at ended up being arrested by police as well for disorderly conduct.
I mean, drugs were involved in this. They had to be, right?
You're getting into a bar argument over chicken
Hand
eggs.
your
And you're like, huh, well, I think my chicken can lay 22 eggs. And then they're like, no, your chicken can lay 16 eggs. And you're like, oh, yeah? Pop, pop. Like, whoa.
Prove it.
Like, what is going on?
So is that like a chicken skill? Like some chickens can lay more eggs than other chickens? I don't know nothing about the chicken.
How are you so
Chicken.
passionate about chickens that it escalates into this?
Well, you're obviously passionate about it. It's your life. It's your livelihood. It's how you're making your money. Those chicken eggs. But I didn't know there was like champion chickens that could lay more eggs than other chickens.
Apparently,
Like, are there bad chickens that can barely lay any eggs?
like maybe, like
I don't know how it
usually,
works.
usually you go to a bar, and there's the occasional bar arguments and bar fights. Usually it's over, how somebody looked at somebody or something said to somebody, or you're hitting on some guy's girlfriend or boyfriend and they didn't like it, or you're arguing like us over sports. But
Yeah.
chicken eggs,
That's how this whole show came to be.
chicken eggs,
We're like, chicken
no,
eggs.
none of that.
I'm not going to argue about chicken eggs with you. I know that.
I don't know anything about chicken eggs, but none of the normal bar argument stuff. It was all about chicken eggs. So this guy's going to jail because he decided to bring a gun to a bar fight, which you should never do, and argue about chickens.
And we know this is a true story. Like, we're not getting punked again like we did on the breadstick story.
No, this was reported by TMZ, so I'm going to say that it's reputable.
So, I don't know. Like, let's just quit shooting people. Period.
Start with there. That's step
But-
1. Leave the guns at home, lock them up, and bring your fists to the chicken fight.
And let's video. Like, let's get some proof of how many Your eggs your chicken can lay, and you just show it, and then you can prove your point, and you ain't gotta argue about it. Like, "Look, here's proof. 22 eggs. Like I said, no need to get the gun out.
Let's leave the guns at home.
Hey, let's right now, let's head to the barn. I'll show you. Well, you can watch it. 22 eggs. I'll even give you a Budweiser as you're waiting.
Sounds like a deal. Yeah. But, yeah,
Florida.
I don't know. Something's in the water down in Florida.
So, I mean, the Bengals didn't play today, and when I came home from the Cards game, I didn't wanna watch football because the 4 PM games were not great.
No. I thought
So
the
I started
Lions
watching
Commanders would have been alright, but that was a blowout.
Oh, they none of the games were close. So I started watching some pro pickleball. Number 1 pro pickleball player, women's side, Anna Lee Waters.
Anna Lee Waters? Okay.
She's on TV again. I'll probably watch it again.
Okay. Got your little crush on Anna Lee?
Well, look, she's only
Yes.
18.
Well,
She's been a pro pickleball player since she was, like, 12. And she's 18 years old and the number 1 female pickleball player in the world.
how many pro pickleball players are there?
Don't know. You're asking me questions. I just now
I mean, don't get me wrong, I
today
enjoy pickleball. Like, it's a great recreational sport. Get outside, get some energy, get some exercise. You know, I play usually 3 times a week on Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings. So, it's a great game, but to be that good, that young, good for her.
yeah. But, yeah, if, Anna Lee Waters is on TV playing pickleball in the future, I might check it out. And I
You got
might advise you to check it out as well.
so, like, on your DirecTV, when you can schedule recordings, can you just put in Anna Lee Waters and it just records whenever she's playing pickleball?
I haven't tried that yet, but maybe something to do after I'm done editing the episode tonight.
I don't know, the way YouTube TV is going right now, I might not get the channel the pickleball's on.
Oof. When they gonna get ESPN back, dude?
I don't know, but the bars in the state of Kentucky are gonna be packed to the gills on Tuesday night when half of the state can't get ESPN to watch the game.
Did my login work for you yesterday?
Yeah, it was great. Appreciate that, bro.
You know I got you. I'm one of the few that haven't
You were
switched
the
to
one of the few
YouTube
that has
TV.
stayed with the DirecTV.
Yeah, but
Are
yeah,
are we gonna start getting is cable making a comeback? Do we need to plug the cords back in? We're all cutting cords. Do we need to get the cords back out of the closet?
I don't think the cords are coming out back out of the closet. I think it's pretty much done. It's kinda like the newspaper industry.
They need to
It's
figure it out.
there, but it's diminishing
YouTube needs to
quickly.
figure it out. And if you're the NFL is gonna make them figure it out because you're affecting Monday Night Football.
But evidently, they're not budging. So,
They're giving me a $20 credit.
yeah, but not it's like, if it's an extended amount of time without telling you how long that extended amount of time is, right? Or did they already kick in the $20 credit?
No, I got the email today. The $20 credit goes on you have to claim it, but it goes on the next bill.
I mean, $20? Take my $20 and give me ESPN back.
100%.
I'd much rather have ESPN back. But this is one of the longest ones that
Yeah,
I remember.
it's unusual. Yeah, usually they last a couple days and they figure it out, but
Well, it's very unfortunate that you would not have been able to watch Anna Lee Waters because I'm pretty sure it was on ESPN. So, tough beat for
they're
you.
depriving me of my pickleball viewing.
But yeah, I recommend it.
Easy, cowboy.
It was a heck of a lot better to watch the Bengals.
Well, I mean, I could watch Bob Ross paint a picture for 4 hours and have more enjoyment than watching the Bengals.
Dude, all this AI stuff they're starting to do with Bob Ross.
What does that mean?
They're doing, like, him painting stuff, and it's, like, just funny memes of him just
I've seen that. Yeah,
painting funny things.
I have seen those videos.
AI's out of control. All these rap songs that are being played in 50 style music. Have you heard all those?
I've heard a few, yes.
Like Snoop and Eminem and Dr. Dre, all these songs, and they're being played in 1950 style, and they're good. They're good.
They are good.
And it probably takes 4 seconds to create them. It's AI, man. It's gonna keep getting wilder and wild.
No, there's no stopping.
So, all right, but Cats Cards on Tuesday. Excited for that one on November 11th. Let's get this thing in early. And look, here's the thing. At least you got bragging rights. if the Cards win, you got bragging rights. You can throw mashed potatoes at Grandpa, who's a Cats fan, instead of arguing about who's going to win. You know who's going to win,
That's true.
and you can just start off dinner by throwing mashed potatoes at his face.
Maybe they won't. Maybe Grandpa won't. The Cats lose. Grandpa won't show up to the Thanksgiving. We'll
No,
see.
you want Grandpa there.
Yeah, you got Grandpa.
You want Grandpa there. But
All
all right, I got nothing else.
Don't stay up too late tonight watching Annalee Waters pickleball highlights.
Dude, it's over.
Don't.
And I think I took a nap during the match too.
Don't stay up too late checking out YouTube highlights of the Annalee Waters pickleball. Get yourself some sleep tonight.
I will. We'll get some good rest. We'll be back on Wednesday, which will be just a day after the Cats Cards game. We'll be able to break that down a little bit. We'll do some NFL rankings, and hopefully we'll have some kind of crazy off the wall stories to kind of break down. And
yeah, we'll have an updated college football playoff ranking. So hopefully this time you'll understand that, Memphis or whoever that non-Power 5 qualifies into the playoff because you thought Texas was in the playoff last.
Well, I'm not one of the smartest people, and that's admitted. And also, it's now James Madison who is the most likely non-Power 5 or Power 4 to get in.
Yeah. Go Dukes.
All right, that's enough. We'll be with you on Wednesday. You've been listening to the Height Differential. Make sure you're following us on all the platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, however you get your podcast, and hit that subscribe button. And all right, Neil.
Is it not powered by Griddle anymore? Are we not powered by Griddle?
We're getting ready to have a Black Friday sale. We'll start pushing that on Wednesday.
All right.
We'll talk to you on that. We'll talk to you on Wednesday.
Give it to me.
Wait, you haven't stopped the recording yet.
I'm stupid, bro.